Hey guys, welcome back to our channel, Hats by Banks. I'm Sasha, and today I have here, I feel here. Anyway guys, today I'm going to be talking about 3 feature walls that we did in our home. They are different concepts, different ideas. We use the same color because we kind of stick to the same color scheme throughout the house, but it's really just to give you ideas of what you can do in your home. There are really no limitations when it comes on to feature walls. You can try, and if you don't like it how it looks the first time, especially if it's paint, you can just do it over, and you'll see that in the second design I started off small and then it kind of just exploded, and I prefer how it looks the exploded version of it. A slat wall, a painted feature wall, and a board and batten wall. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends who are renovating their homes. This can probably jumpstart what they would want to do in a room, or who knows. Yes, this finger is as a result of, and I'm not flipping the bird guys, but this finger is as a result of the feature wall that we completed yesterday actually. Yeah, I feel need to fix it, but we'll get there. Right, and subscribe to our channel. I know that we haven't been putting out a lot of content, and that's because we have a lot of little things that we're doing. We're recording everything, so we will definitely share it with you, especially this room. It's not complete, but as soon as we're done, we're going to reveal it to you. Hopefully it is the next video. Let's see. And we're also working on the office, and we have the big project in St. Elizabeth, which we'll be giving you a big update on soon. But you can always, if you haven't seen any of our previous videos, you can go ahead and check them out. We have some pretty good content on construction as well, because we did an extension to our home. So there's really valuable and good information in those videos. So go ahead and check them out. And subscribe to our channel. Alright, man, talk enough. Too much talking. Let's just jump right into the video and start talking about the wood slat wall, which was my favorite until we did the painted, which was my favorite until we did the board and batten. But let me know below which one you like, which is your favorite, and if there is any that you're willing to try in your home. And we do have a space, I guess I can show you at the end of the video. We have a space where I have so many ideas to do with the space, but we'll take some input from you on what you think we should do, and then we'll implement it and show you exactly how we did it. Anyway guys, I'm talking too much, so let's jump right in, and I hope you enjoy.
Welcome to the nursery and the plain white wall. So this is the first room that we decided to do a feature wall in, and we decided to do a wood slat wall. It was pretty simple. All we did was to paint the wall in the desired color. We wanted the background to the wood slat to be a nice green tone. We use this color in the laundry room as well, and we thought that it would be good for Royal's room. Now we went to the hardware store and we got all the lumber cut down into the exact size that we wanted. So these, if I remember correctly, are 2 inches thick, and some of them are 3. First thing that we did was to put up 2 guide lines, 2 horizontal guides, and those were actually screwed directly into the wall. And after that, all we had to do was to use our nail gun and nail on the horizontal slats. As you can see, we're using our laser level to ensure that everything lines up. If you know us, then you know that we like everything to be straight, plumb, and all of those things, and very level. What we're doing here is we're using a spacer. I believe it's a 1-inch piece of wood, and we use it to space each slat going down so that we get the exact space in between each of them. As you can see, we're alternating the sizes. Some of them are 2, some of them are 3, and I think we put on 4 2-inches, and then we put on a 3-inch. And this took us the entire day to complete, guys. I guess it was a lot because we decided to do a big feature. But once we were done, we had to do a little bit more sanding to get it smooth. Remember that this is a baby's room, and we really don't want any splinters to be cutting him because he walks around and behind the crib all the time, and he stands up and holds onto the wall. So we gave it a nice sand. This is the final sand. We wanted to add stain to it, but we decided against it because we liked how it looked in its natural form. And this is the feature wall. It was easy, guys. It took a little bit of elbow grease, but it was worth it. We love it. Royal loves it. He loves to run behind and around the crib, and he really enjoys his room. So for the painted feature wall, I started by drawing the exact design that I wanted directly onto the wall. Of course, I used a level to ensure that my lines were straight. And yeah, this is how it looks. I mean, it looks like some boxes, which is kind of what it is. But yeah, it would have been a pretty small design behind the headboard. That's what I envisioned. After drawing it out, I used painter's tape to tape the outside, and this would ensure that all my lines, when I painted it, that all my lines were straight. So this is really 2 shapes. What I did was to paint one shape first, and then I would paint the second shape after. Now I'm using the same color, the same wall color, to kind of base the painter's tape, and this really helps so that when you peel the tape, your lines are as straight as possible. It prevents the colored paint, when you put it on, from seeping under the tape and giving you that jagged look. If you ever use painter's tape, then you probably know what I'm talking about. But this saves a lot of time because it makes the lines straight. So I painted it green, guys. Yes. And I liked it, left it to dry, and the next morning when I went back to peel it off and look at it, I'm sorry that I didn't take a picture or a video from far away, but I did not like how it looked. It just did look little and squinch up, and so I decided that the same shapes that I was going after, I would just make them bigger. And so I went back to the drawing board and I drew out a bigger shape, taped it out, and eventually based it and painted it over. So now I am working with a bigger shape. It's the same shape, but it stretches onto the other wall as well. So based it with my wall paint, painted it my bigger size, and I gave this color 2 coats because I wanted it to be as thick as possible, if that makes sense. Yeah, well, I painted it with 2 coats, guys. And after I finish this, what I would do is remove the tape from this area and tape out the new area for the new color, which is a lighter green. After putting on the base coat, all I did was add the green, painted the entire wall this second color, which is a little bit lighter, which I like very much. Alright guys, this is a masterpiece, and as I said, I love how it turned out. I stopped it in line with the closet because I didn't want it to go directly into the closet, and added some furniture, and trust me guys, this feature wall is bomb. Okay, bomb. First off, guys, this was not supposed to be board and batten. It was supposed to be some kind of panel design, but we decided to go board and batten because we want to do some more things in the room and we don't want it to be overcrowded. So we started by cutting down the board and the batten. So the board is the top and the bottom piece of the design, and the batten are the horizontal pieces. After cutting them, I realized that the edges were a little bit jagged, and so we had to just sand it down to make it smoother and a little bit more presentable, so that we're working with smoother and cleaner edges. Once we finished the sanding process, it was time to put up the boards and the batten. See, smooth now. So I decided to, because we're working with a concrete wall, I decided to glue it using concrete adhesive. Now I think the mistake that we made was painting the wall first, because we had a little bit of difficulty getting it to stick to the wall. But after a lot of holding and pressing, we finally got it to stick, and we figured out a way to make it work. We even got some help from Rory's cousin Ian, who was here for the day. That was fun. Once we got all the boards up, then it was time for us to focus on the batten part of it. Now this part requires a lot of measuring and calculating, because you want to get them evenly spaced. And so a technique I used was to find the center and put on the first one, put the two at the end, and then divide the space by 3 to somehow try and get 2 into that space. So in all, we ended up putting up how many buttons? How much is that? 7? Yeah, we ended up putting up 7, even though you're seeing 5 here. I soon changed it and added 2 more, because I thought that this space was a little bit too big and I wanted it to, pop. I did the same thing. All I did was to glue it to the wall, and in areas where we had a belly, I had to use something to reinforce it. I also tried to use a nail gun, but trust me, some of them went through and some of them just bent up and made it worse. So I stick to the gluing, and I ended up having to hold a lot of them, but it worked out, guys. I think it looks pretty good, pretty amazing. Now after putting up all of the buttons and the board, I had to go through and caulk all of the sides and the gaps to ensure that it looks seamless, because when I paint this, I don't want to see a gap between the board and the wall. So the final thing for us to do now is to have this wall painted, and of course, guys, I won't let you sit and watch me paint the entire wall. But the highlight of me painting this wall was I got some help from our very special little one, who really enjoyed helping mommy put the paint on the wall. Hey. Nice. Boy. Don't touch it, it's going to mess you up. You have to put it on the wall. Yay! Hey! Look how your angle. Stay where you can see. You see this? Nice. Dip it again. Alright. One dip.
So that will.
Them couldn't hold behind it, and it look weird beside it. So I'm just make it.
Alright, there you have it, guys. Our board and batten wall. We still have quite a bit to do to finish this room, like sort through these cables, put up shelf, etc. But for now, this feature wall is definitely futuristic. We'll be revealing this room soon. We'll also be revealing this room as well. We still have some finishing touches to put into it, and Royal is of course enjoying his space. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you in the next video. Stay safe and bye now.